Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is October 24th, 2023. There's our flag, guys. We're off to battle. The economic battle of the world. I truly see everything going on right now in the macro environment like a battle. And it is an economic battle, and it is our battle to fight. It is our choice how this all works out, how we take care of each other, how we provide for each other, everything going on in the big cities, all the destruction and ruin. That's all our choice. We need to change. We need change. So, that's why I do what I do, is hopefully to facilitate change. We'll see if it happens at all. Either way, it doesn't matter. Time still passes. No matter what you do, time will always pass. There is no controlling it. There is no managing it, speeding it up, slowing it down. Time is the one constant thing in the world. It's the one thing that really levels the playing field. There's not a soul out there who can own more time than they already do. You can rent time, but again, it's only rented, and it's only rented for as long as they want to rent you their time. And this is what I think when I talk about the true value of time, I think a lot of people miss is just because I live life one way today does not mean I will live it that way tomorrow. Just because I do things in a certain order today does not mean I'll do them that way tomorrow. And so I think it's very interesting seeing how it's all coming together. So yesterday I was talking about prospecting done for you, and that all imploded when COVID hit. Clients changed their business models, and I wasn't getting them as very good results. I realized one of my failures with my clients is I did not give realistic timelines at all, because I didn't know how to sell their business yet. And I told them I could be selling it within 3 months. And if you're building the sales systems and processes, 3 months is not a lot of time if you don't know the business inside and out already. So, at least that is my belief. Hindsight's always 20/20. So it was beginning of 2020. COVID had just hit, and I lost all my clients except Project Tools and Kitech. I was still working with them. And then as we continued working together, we were moving forward, and then I met Carlotta Thompson at a mastermind in the end of November 2020. So we met at a mastermind, and she was talking about all the things she was doing to market her business. But the problem, my opinion, was her problem wasn't marketing. Her problem was in sales. Didn't seem like there were any systems or processes for what they were selling or how they were selling it. So I came in and we partnered in December 2020 and started working together. And when we partnered, I dove into the sales process. And if I'm being totally candid, I don't think there's anything easier to sell than tax strategy if you are good at it. Carlotta was great at tax strategy. And so we productized her offering and we started going to market. We started bringing in leads, running sales calls, building the business, and it grew exponentially quickly. We had to stop sales after 4 months and focus more on production because we couldn't keep up with the amount of work coming in. And so I spent 10 months working with Carlotta, and it was a fantastic experience. I learned a ton. And up until then, I'd only ever focused on collecting revenue, collecting money. So I'd only focused on collecting money, and then now I'm starting to see the behind the scenes of how money works, how the tax systems work. And this is where I realized that the tax code is the rule book for what it means to be an American. If you are not playing by the rules, if you don't know the rules, how could you possibly win? The truth is you can't. You cannot win a game if you don't know the rules to the game. And so that's what the tax code is. It is the rule book to be an American. And then as I was going through that, learning all of this, I started looking at the bigger picture and saying, how does this all work? How does tax strategy work? And that's when I started working with Carlotta, is when I started to realize tax strategy is not at all about saving money on taxes. Tax strategy is how you use and move your money before it ever gets taxed. The tax code rewards business owners for compensating employees, for investing in the business, for buying from other businesses. Tax strategy is not about taking money out of the business. It's about using the business as a conduit to get money flowing. My opinion. So I started looking at life through this lens of how do we get money flowing, and flowing to who? And so in working with Carlotta, another thing I learned is I believe, now I'm just getting started. There is no proof any of this works. And that's why I document my journey, guys. In 10 years, we'll have proof of it either working or not working. But until then, I'm still going to build it. And I'm going to try and take everyone on the journey with me. So as we're going through and I'm learning about tax strategy, I learned about holding companies and how holding companies are actually a great tax strategy, because one company's expense can be another company's income. And if you own both companies, so there's a thing called a consolidated tax return. If you own 80% of multiple companies, you can consolidate their tax return into one form. And so it's all about how we're moving and using our money, how we're buying and selling businesses, how we're directing the flow and value of our time over time. And this concept of a holding company kept coming back, and I kept talking to people about it and explaining it. And the more I thought about it and the more I worked on it, the more I realized that not everyone should have their own holding company, but everyone should be a part of a holding company. And that's where the idea behind America's Holding Company came from. It came from this idea of, what if there was one holding company for the American people that held the value of our time throughout time? And it became a tax system that the government is forcing you to pay taxes already. So through America's Holding Company, it's just a way to organize us and build an asset around the tax we pay as an organization. So anyone who becomes a client is paying taxes with us based on them being a client. And so because of this, because they're paying taxes with us, we get to organize ourselves through the different classes of shares, through how long we've been involved. And it's a system people can decide to be a part of or not. People can decide to invest with us or not. Either way does not matter. Time will pass regardless. And it's their choice if they want to be on our team or if they don't want to be on our team. And that is the true value of time. It's giving people choices. And that's the one thing I learned with Carlotta, is where you invest your time, or not just with Carlotta, over the last 35, 36, what am I? I'm 36 or 37? I can't. 37. I'm 37. Sorry. That's the one thing I've realized over the last 37 years, is that who you invest your time on, the team you invest your time on, is the most important decision you will make throughout your life. And if that team is not giving you the results you as an individual want, it's your choice whether you stay or not. It's your choice whether you work on finding another job or go out and do other work. It's not the company's choice. It's the company's choice if they want to keep you on staff. That's the only opinion they have in it. Besides that, it's your choice if you stay there. It's your choice if you show up to work tomorrow. No one's helpless. No one's broke. Because time is the ultimate currency. It's all about, how do I use the time I have to create the life I want? And that's what I'm trying to show people through how I live my life. With America's Holding Company, with working on these different projects and being involved with these different companies, I'm trying to show people that the team you decide to be on is the most important decision you make every day. Personally, if I'm not getting equity, I'm not going to work there. My time is worth equity. And I believe everyone on the planet should have that same opinion. Look for an ESOP. Look for an organization that is going to compensate you with ownership of the system you're working in, rather than just the dollars the government has created. And I learned all of that working with Carlotta Thompson. She's a great tax strategist. We had a differing of some opinions and decided not to continue working together. But she is an amazing person. And with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. check out Carlotta Thompson if you need some tax. I use Matthew Avercamp personally, and he's been amazing to work with as well. But there's no one person to work with. The important thing with tax strategy is for you to know your own strategy. Tax professionals can only do tax strategy so far because it's typically about money. They don't know your dreams, your aspirations, what you're trying to accomplish. You need to know your own tax strategy. So with that said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.